Hey guys, Matt here. Finally had a little bit of time to revisit this project. Kind of got burnt out on growing trees. I took some time off last year. But I think I'm going to start back a little bit and just kind of gradually ease on into it. I think I bit off more than I can chew. A couple of years ago, as you've seen my other videos, I grew a lot of chestnut trees and oak trees and things for deer. And like I said, I think I bit off a little bit more than I can chew, or as far as being able to keep them all watered and everything. So one of the issues that I've found is that here in Northeast Texas, the summers are so hot and dry normally. Now last year was an exception, but for the most part, they're usually real hot and dry. That any type of tree that are grown in a root maker pot tends to not do very good unless you water at least once a week, if not twice a week sometimes, depending on how developed the root system is. So I've come up with this little grow box table, and I have another video on my YouTube channel that you can check out that shows how I built it. And I built this a couple of years ago. As you can tell, it's kind of weathered on the top, but it's still nice and sturdy. And I'm going to try to use it this year. I'm going to start out by growing 6 chestnut trees, or I may put some alligator chickapins in here. I can't decide. I've got some bare root ACs that need to go somewhere, and it's getting close to end of planting time. So I don't know. I may throw some in here, or I may try 3 ACs and three chestnuts just to see how they do. So the idea is that the table's suspended off the ground, and I'm using this hardware cloth here. I think it's 1/4 inch. Just had some laying around. Rolled it up in a tube. This is I believe a 3.5 inch hole. It's just a hole saw that I had laying around. Didn't go buy anything special for it. So I drilled the holes. I've got 6 holes and they're spaced out. I believe the table is like 3 foot or so tall. So the idea is that this works on the same principle as the root makers, but it's gonna leave a longer taproot than the root makers do. So as you can tell, it's way down in there, and I got it to where, ow, splinter. See if I can get it open without hurting myself again. So you can see I got it insulated, so hopefully it will help during the summer. And I can always open this door here if I need to let some air circulation come in. And as you can tell, my little tube suspends down probably 4 or 5 inches above the ground level there. And so anyway, that's the idea. And this hardware cloth is going to let the roots grow through, and they'll be air pruned. So the idea is that the big taproot will go straight down, as long as I get that nut right in the middle there. Hopefully it goes all the way down to the bottom there before it's air pruned. And so the idea is that I'll end up with a tree that has all the benefits of being air root pruned, with a slightly larger pot to start with, and versus the root maker 18s, and have a big long taproot to help with the Texas summers here when we finally plant them. Because what happens is the taproot, I have found, is essential to keeping these trees alive. You know, it's there for a reason. It's there to seek out water. And in areas where it's real hot and dry, if you root prune that taproot like the root makers do normally, with such a short and leave such a short little bit of taproot, they don't make it here in the hot weather. So again, the idea is to leave the taproot as long as possible. So I hope this works. I'm gonna give them a try. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna make 5 more of these, and then I'll fill them with some type of grow medium, peat moss, something like that, and we'll grow some trees this way this year. I plan on when the trees start growing good and the roots get deep, I'm going to set up a little misting system inside of the box to keep the bottom side moist, because I doubt it would take a lot of water from the top side to completely drench the the whole pot, I guess you want to call it. So I'm probably going to rig something up from the inside, a little misting, maybe one of those cooler mister deals that you can buy, for hooking up to a water hose that sprays a little fine mist for cooling you off. I bet I could probably put 1 or 2 of those in there, and it would get enough mist going around to keep everything moist inside. And like I said, I can remove the side panels, the one on each side, to get good air flowing through to keep mold from hopefully building up too much. So anyway, that's the idea. I've got 1 pot done. I need to do 5 more. But anyway, I wanted to do a quick update that I'm going to be working on this year, and hopefully we'll see some good results for some of you guys that try to grow trees root maker style in hot and arid climates.